Hey everybody, welcome to the Stoic Define podcast. I would like my new math. I am the host Denise. I'm going today to introduce you to a new Stoic story. It's called Zeno the Soup Pot Challenge, a short story about humility. This is, the Stoics were really big on humility, and I'm going to share with you a real story, episode 1 in this Stoics episode. So Zeno days usually began just before sunrise. Soon after walking, he would descend the streets, which were still quiet at this hour. He would walk leisurely to his school, watching the city gradually unfold under the cool purple, blue, and golden hues of the rising sun. He would help vendors carrying large packages. His paths could vary slightly each day. He tended to follow the progression of people as he liked to watch the city walking up. However, there was a row of shops not far from Zeno's school that always attracted his small vanity. The insect, a series of alias. So, Zeno would spend a better part of the morning trying on robes and clothes dyed in the sea snail purple. He would soak up the compliments served only to their inner self. One day. So this is a story, I'm pausing it about humility. So this is a story about humility. Okay, so one day Krates decided to give his pupil to a challenge. When Zeno arrived at the school, Krates handed him an enormous pot and filled the brim that it required person's full strength to reach to carry it. Krates' instructions for Zeno were simple. Carry the pot of soup that to the agreed location on the other side of town during peak market hours. So he had to carry the pot soup, right guys? Zeno grabbed the great pot and started out in his task, struggling with all might and concentration not to spill it over. So we had like a test, not to spill it over, right? That's what this challenge. So Zeno arrived at this designed location. Krates had been waiting for Zeno to inspect your pupil's results. Okay, and then Zeno arrived. The pot soup was mostly full. Zeno was good, and that he had. Zeno was shocked that the teacher informed that he fed the challenge. Next morning, upon arrival at school, Zeno was greeted not by fellow student, but by another one. As he neared the markets, he began to attract attention. People couldn't help but stop and stare at the large man teetering and wobbling along under weight of the largest pot of soup they have ever seen. So Zeno was really, he didn't fail. Let's see the next chapter. Way down, not only by an enormous pot, but by the scope of what seemed like an entire market, Zeno decided that he could not carry on the way. He set the pot down, buried his head between his knees for a moment, and looked at the stall next to him. The stall was selling wood bowls, which gave him a fantastically clever idea. Zeno made a deal with a merchant for the 100 bowls and set up a stall of his own. So Zeno arrived at agreed destination with empty pot and light of sense of satisfaction, doubtfully that his time was good. His teacher test. Again, Krates was there waiting again. Krates did not approve. So he did fail. The next day, now somewhat vexed by his repeated failure, Zeno buried toward the school, determined than ever to finally to really be good at the test. But this time Zeno reasoned that he had been too slow in his previous attempts. So he started off strong and fast. He was fit, but not even highly trained bodies have their limits. Zeno's limit, like the previous day, was reached not long after entering the market district. So in the case of Zeno, he was meant to traverse the market with giant posts of soap. The only way he can traverse the market with giant posts of soap by looking foolish. So the same principle applies to our own lives. If we dare to be great at anything, we are sure to ruffle a few feathers along the way. If we go there, venturing, there are sure to be obstacles. Some we can avoid, but many unavoidable. For this later kind, we must face them head on. So that was Zeno. As you see, he faced numerous obstacles along the way to greatness. So what I liked about this story is that Zeno, there is a great book, Obstacle. The obstacle is the way, if I'm correct. Let's see. Yes, the obstacle is the greatest way. So it comes down to that obstacle is the way. You see Zeno, he had to go to numerous failures. Okay, so he had to go, he had to fail, and he failed many times. Okay, so guys, this is really teach us about the humility side of us, right? We all face many struggles. So this is, if you read this book, Obstacle in the Way, I will put it in the description. And it's kind of true, right? Like many of us face these problems. So this is a story about humility, right? So he had to carry the pot, but the master did not accept it. So this is a lesson from me to you, a principle about humility, short story of the Stoics, and this is episode 1, again for me teaching you about the Stoic philosophy. And this is more a lesson about the story, that you have to have the courage to face, that the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is not the way, sorry, but the obstacle is the way. So if it helps you, you're welcome to see more about this book. And this is another episode. I'm glad you guys joined me in this episode. Story lessons, chapter 1. Okay, it was Zeno and the soap. Okay, and I think it really helps you understand about Stoic philosophy, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm here for you guys.